Hi lovely people, welcome back to the channel Judith Effect. It's been a hot minute since I recorded a video. Today I want to discuss with you guys about how living in the UK has been in the last 1 year. So June of this year made it exactly 1 year living in the UK. How do I feel about living in the UK in the last 1 year? It has been a feeling of mixed emotion. First, what were the challenges of relocating to the UK, or rather what were the challenges I faced when I came? First, accommodation. I'll speak of the city that I live. If you also experience the same thing, please let me know in the comment section. If you had a different experience, a better experience, please let me know in the comment section. Probably you'll be counted as one of the luckiest, because even when you come with your own money, you won't be given a place for you to rent. Why? Because landlords demand for 2 months rent, 3 months rent, or they call it advance. You pay your first month's rent, and then you pay 2 months advance. Some will ask for 3 months. Then for those of the landlord who want to be sure they're going to be there for a long time, you won't just leave the house after staying there for a month. They would ask you for a 6 months advance. Yes, you heard right. As an immigrant, when you come into the country newly, you don't have a pay slip, you've not started working, you've not started earning salary, best believe no one will give you a house. It will be difficult, except probably your uncle is a landlord in this country or in this city, or you have a family member. And even at that, you can't stay with your family member forever. Like, there's a limit to what you can do here, especially when you stay with people. There's a limit of how long you can stay with them, because my brother and my sister, they are paying bills. Paying bills here is not easy. When people are paying bills here, their faces are swelling up, their eyes are looking red. The bills here are really billing. They are expensive. So when you live with someone else, you are adding to their bills. More water usage, more electricity, more, like, everything is now added to what the regular thing that they are supposed to be using. This is one of the problems you face. So if anyone is not telling you this, best believe that when you come as an immigrant, if you're coming from Nigeria, if you're Japan, one of the challenges you face, you don't get accommodation. You're not given an accommodation here, even with your own money, except you have excess money, which is really very difficult. Because even if you come with excess money, will you use all your money to pay rent? Won't you feed? You can't even just come in and use all your money to pay rent without having something to survive on. So accommodation here is a problem, is one challenge that got me really, really exhausted and drained. So that was a big problem, and it's still a big problem. When you come in as an immigrant, accommodation will be very hard. Then secondly, unemployment. Don't get me wrong, there are jobs for their people, yeah, but you coming in with the impression that, oh, once I come in, even if it's a blue collar job, like the menial jobs, even if it's that one, oh, I can get it and start up. My dear, let me tell you the shocking truth. You won't get a job when you come. Why? Because for every job here, they need you to have a UK experience. This is the truth that nobody tells you. I've heard people say that warehouse, you could get a warehouse easily. Like, you don't need an experience to get a warehouse job, but is it a job you'll be able to do? And even that warehouse, I don't think is all warehouse. It all depends on the kind of warehouse. I've really not asked questions concerning jobs in warehouses, but it's only one person that told me you don't need any experience when you want to apply for a warehouse job. I don't know how true that is, but even the few people I know who have done warehouse jobs before, they didn't even stay long there, because when they talk about the stress involved in doing a warehouse job, I've never done it before. I only hear from people. So many of them just do it just as a startup to be able to save something for like a month, 2, 3, 4, and then now begin to look into something else. Even when you want to apply for kitchen waiter, you know the meaning of it, kitchen waiter is a wash plate. They'll ask you for CV. You want to do restaurant work, waiter, waitress, they'll ask you for CV, UK experience. Or if you've done it before, they'll tell you to go and make CV. Cleaner, they'll ask you to bring CV. Then laundry services, like for you to do laundry, like to wash people's clothes, like when people bring in their clothes, you help them put it in the washing machine. You will bring CV. They will tell you to go and bring CV and submit that you've done laundry job before. Because Nobody's willing to give a job to someone who doesn't have a UK experience. Nobody will give a job to someone who has not done that kind of job before. They want to be sure that, okay, you've done the job before, you have an idea of what you're coming to apply for. Except someone makes a physical reference again, like maybe someone working in that place you're applying for a job, and the person like can say, okay, this person is my friend. Yeah, they do. They also appreciate physical references here. So nobody tells you, nobody prepares you about accommodation challenges here, job challenges, unemployment. Is it when you come here, it's really hard. And even after you've gained that experience, it is not even still a guarantee that you're going to still get a better job. You might still be on that job for a long time before you even get a better job, but you will not get a white collar job easily when you come. Even with your masters, even when you graduate with your degree and everything, you might not get it when you graduate with your masters, you might not get it as soon as. Some people might be lucky, they do. That doesn't mean that there are no people who get white collar job. Of course, there are so many of them, but when you come in newly, that's what I'm talking, that japa period, it's not easy. Then thirdly, social life. See, social life in the abroad as an immigrant, especially coming from Nigeria, that knows how to flex, that knows how to enjoy ourselves. Even when we complain of economy, we still have to squeeze out money to do Owambe. Every Saturday, Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, everybody will start gyrating. See all those point and kill. Hey, all those times you just chill out with your friends, like it's Friday, or you already started making contact. Well, guy, where you did, babe? How far now? Let's link up here and there. It's not like that here. In fact, as soon as you enter here from the airport, your social life has started dropping, because even for someone to greet you is a problem. Social life is as good as gone when you come here, because number one, everyone is busy now. Even eventually you start to you start to settle in, it is difficult for your social life to be active. Everyone is busy with work. People are trying to make money so that they can pay bills while you are free. Maybe the day you're off from work, you're free from work, the other person is working, or he or she is picking up shifts, because they are like, oh my shift is dropping, I can't just say I want to leave it and go and start hanging out. So everyone is busy here. You either create your own social life, like the days you're not working, you could take out time, hang out on your own by yourself. Otherwise, you will have to plan it. Social life here, hanging out, chilling out with friends, is a pre-planned thing. You don't just sit at the comfort of your home and just call up your friends like the way it is done back home, like in Nigeria, where after you work, after your day's job, you could just call your friend up, or someone close to you, where are you? Or you could pop up into someone's house, and you just pop into someone's house, they open the door, you sit. I thought that with time it's gonna be, probably people will begin to ease up with their social life. It has not changed. It's still the same thing. And that's why here, especially in this city, they don't take Fridays for joke, especially those who are not working. In fact, some people purposely take off days on Friday so that they can just hang out. Especially there are people here, they just take Fridays off from work so they could chill out, have fun. You see them drinking, partying, enjoying life. Because if you don't create your social life will create itself for you. How will you do that? You would have a very low social life. You won't be able to do fun things, do fun activities, go out. It will be difficult for me, because it's already a routine you do every day. Go to work, come back, take a shower, eat your food, go to bed, wake up, take a shower, eat breakfast. And if you don't eat breakfast, if you're someone that don't eat breakfast, dress up for work, go to work, and the cycle continues like that. It's a routine of your life. It doesn't change. And before you know what's happening, that routine is already going into your body. You're already getting used to it, that even the days you're off, you realize that you just want to be home. You just want to relax from draining yourself with work. So you realize that social life here, you have to create it. Relax, create time for yourself. Otherwise, social life here is not socialing at all. You won't have a social life here at all. So these are the shockers you get. Then of course, the weather. It could get really cold, like extremely cold. Yeah, it could get really cold here in the UK, especially when you're leaving from the very hot part of the country or continent that is really hot, humid, dry, and coming over to another country that is always wet, cold, then snowy. It doesn't even really snow in this part, but I heard places like Scotland, I don't know if Ireland as well snows, but I heard Scotland snows. It's like Canada, and it could get really cold. And that's why heating here is a big deal, because the heating here, it is during the winter that the bill gets high, because a lot of people want to use the heater to keep warm, and heating system here is really expensive. Electricity is expensive. During the summertime, it's not really expensive because people don't use their heaters. There's no need for that. It's sunny, the weather is humid, it's hot, or it's warm, so people don't even use their heaters at all. In fact, some people even use their ACs, fan. I don't even know that people have fans, could use fan and AC in this place because of how cold the country can get. And also it could get hot during summer, like really sunny. Another thing, driver's license. You see, the way in Nigeria, we could just go to a driving school, register for driving lessons, do your driving classes, your teacher will rate you. That's how I did my own driving anyway. I don't know how you did it in your own area, but how I did it is my teacher rated me and it was like, okay, you're good to hit the road, gave me my certificate, my driver's certificate, then of course proceeded to the road safety, VIO, all those things, checks to be sure that, okay, you're really ready to drive on the road. And if you have your own car, I didn't have my own private car, I was driving my mom's car at the time because I was living with her at that time. So it's just for me to have my own driving license to say that, okay, this person is really good to go, okay, to hit the road. So I did all of that, but you see here, these are not what you are ever ready for. Like, these are shockers for me. And these things, they don't take 1 or 2 processes. These are things that takes like a year, 2, 6 months, 3. Oh, it could be very draining. Like, the past 1 year for me has been a struggle. I wouldn't lie. I won't come out to paint it like, oh, it's been all rosy, it's been all glitz and glamour and glitters for me. No way. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the fact that I was able to cross through that hurdles. Even though I've not finished crossing through them, there are still some that are there. You have to meet up with all these things. But as you leave or as you're settling in, you begin to get used to everything gradually. Your body begins to adjust to everything, even though it's not easy. There are days you break down. There are days your body will feel like, no, I can't do this anymore. But it's just left for you to tell yourself, you just have to keep going. Okay? So getting the UK driver's license, that is like mining a gold. I don't know if that is an exaggeration, but that's the truth. It's like mining gold, because that is a whole process on its own. Like I just described to you how I got my own Nigerian driver's license back home, but here is not like that. You have to study for the theory. You write the theory exams. You have an app you would download, study it, study, because that is where you would get questions that will be asked you on the day of your exams in the theory. So you don't know where it's going to come from, and you don't know where the questions will be coming out from, but there are general topics that you have to read on in different areas, like road rules, traffic signs, traffic rules, pedestrians. There are so many topics you will read on, and then it prepares you to go and write the exams. That is the first section, the theory part. Then they have the practical. This is just for you to get your UK driver's license. And after you finish studying, you have to book an appointment. It's not like you will walk into the center and say, okay, I'm ready to write the exam. Please, when is date for me? Can I write today? I'm ready. Please, if you give me center, let me go and sit down. It's not like that. Here, after you finish your theory, like you've studied and you feel you're ready to write the theory exams, you will now look for a date that is available by them, not by you. When you want to apply, you would be the one to pick the date you want. Then when you pick the date, they will now show you their own available date. The date you picked might not be available because a lot of people are applying for it as well. Is that crazy? So if you're planning to say you want to write it like, okay, I started studying, I'm giving you an instance. Let's say you started studying this month and you're prepared to write it next month. Maybe first week of next month. You might not even write it that first week of next month. You might end up writing it last week of that next month, or even 2 months after, because that's the available date they have. These are the reality of Japa. Leaving your home country to start all over again. Now, after you finish that one, and there's a cutoff point you have to meet for you to be able to pass. Now, if you don't meet up to that cutoff point, you failed. You have to write it again, and you have to pay again. It's not free. You have to pay. That's an aside. Then, after you've gone through that process, you now prepare yourself for the practical. And you have to say book an appointment with that. And that one is even the hardest. You don't get appointments easily. You don't get centers easily because too many people. My dear, these are the challenges that nobody tells you about. Best believe social life, employment, getting a UK driver's license, weather. There are so many, not like so many, but there are a couple of them. Some people have gone into depression because it's not what they expected. Loneliness, having no friends, and in fact having friends but yet it feels like you don't have any friends. Having partners, even some partners are having issue even relating with each other because everyone is busy working. And UK is not somewhere you would say, okay, let one person work and let the other person stay back. It is not easy because bills are there, and if one person keeps working and working and working, it's not easy. I won't lie to you, it's not easy. So the last 1 year for me, in a feeling of mixed emotions, but am I happy where I am? Yes, at the moment I am. At the point I felt like, oh, this was not for me. Did I make a mistake? Do I go back and continue my life where I left off? Do I stay? What do I do? You know? At the point when I started talking to people, I now realized it wasn't common with me. Like, it's not just me, a me thing. The thing that is normal when you come in newly. Even people who have lived here 5 years, 6 years, they will recount their experience and they'll tell you about it. They'll tell you that it was the same thing. They'll even tell you their own situation was worse. Some didn't even see a place to sleep. Some even slept as bad as under the bridge. Some will tell you that when they came newly, they stayed in a house where they refused to even switch on the heater for them. They were in cold, like with all they could survive on was jackets. No heater, because landlord is calculating bills, money. You are paying house rent too, but they won't put heater for you because they're calculating bills. How much? So these things are things that challenges you face in your first 1 year, 6 months, 1 year and 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. But with time, and you just keep pushing, keep praying, work smart, work hard, pray, try your best, don't give up, just keep it moving. Don't always lean on the fact that, oh, this thing is weighing you down. Just keep leaning on the fact that it is a passing phase. That is the phase you are in, and eventually you will cross over it and you'll be in the next chapter where you too will be telling people your own story that, oh, this is what I experienced as well, and it will be a thing for you to laugh about. Like, I know people who I discuss with who have lived here like 5 years, 6 years. When they're telling you their own story, they laugh about it. But for me, at the point, or now that I'm facing it, it's not funny to me because it's annoying. But if I recount what went through as of when I came in last year newly, I laugh about them because I'll be like, wow, things that you felt could have broken you or could break you, at a point in life, once you see you made it through it, you just look at yourself that, oh, you're even still standing tall, and it becomes funny to you. But at that point in time, it's not funny at all. It wasn't funny. So these are the challenges. This has been my 1 year UK anniversary feeling here in UK. I'll make a living in the living in Cardiff video, my culture shocks in Cardiff. I want to do a video talking about my culture shocks that I experienced when I came here in the city of Cardiff. So if this is something you would like to watch, let me know in the comment section and I would film the video. But if I don't get any comments, then there's no point. I will keep it all to myself. And then if you're among those that japa during the japa period, tell me, how was your experience like? Did you experience something similar to this? Please let me know in the comment section if you experienced what I have talked about in this video. Did you have better experiences? Did you have worse experiences? How did you get through it? And how are you still coping with them if you are a newly relocated person? And what country did you relocate to? It's not only limited to the UK, US, Canada, Australia, many countries people relocate to. Okay, so just tell me, which of the countries did you relocate to, and how has your experience been so far? How are you still coping with the experience? If you're new, I would like to know. Please share with us in the comment section. And if you watched up to this point, thank you so much. At this point, you should hit the like button down below, and please make sure you subscribe to the channel and come back to watch my next video, because I'll be filming many more videos as time goes by. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. I'll be trying my best to film more videos for you guys. It's your girl Judith. I didn't do the introduction, but hey, it is what it is. So it's your girl Judith, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.